Hi and welcome to this Blueberry Markets video update with me, John Kibler, Senior Market Analyst. In this video, we're going to go through the week ahead. We're going to point out some of the news coming up this week as well as some charts to watch. So we've actually got a lot of data coming out this week, major central bank data as well, or central bank releases from the ECB, which is coming out on Thursday, as well as the Bank of Canada, which is coming out on Wednesday. We've also got some services and manufacturing PMIs out of Europe, the UK and the US to kind of kickstart the week on Tuesday. We also have some CPI data out of Australia, forecasts suggesting that we're going to see a rise in CPI quarter on quarter from 0.8% to 1.1%. That could obviously give a little bit of strength to the Australian dollar going into this week. In the US, we've also got some US Federal Chair Powell speeches coming up, as well as some core PCE price index towards the end of the week. So very high impact news week. Could obviously you see the market shift a little bit into that risk off tone as always. When we come into something like this where we do see lots of high impact data, the market can go a little bit more risk off. Going on to the strength meter then. So obviously last week we pointed out the fact that the New Zealand dollar was weakening in the market. It fell from these kind of +5s down towards the 0 area. We're now at -1, so that has continued to weaken going into last week. The euro actually coming out on top. We can see that it's increased by 5 here, moving from -2 to +3. So Euro in general could be something to watch going into this week. Obviously, we do have that ECB rate decision coming up as well. CAD actually decreased from 3 to 0, so that could be something to watch. But the Kiwi weakness is definitely something that I think can continue going into this week. Going on to some of the charts of interest then. So the US dollar index pretty much remained range bound last week between the 106.57 and the 106 level. So it'd be interesting to see if we can break either way going into this week. Do we see a break of 106, which could then lead to a move down to the 105.50, perhaps even to the 104.50? Or do we see some US strength coming back in? Maybe a rejection of 106 will see price rally towards the 106.50s, or even a break back towards the 107, which was obviously this high that formed at the beginning of October. Going on to Euro US dollar then, because the Euro is gaining some strength, I wanted to check out Euro dollar. You can see this almost slow down in momentum here. We had sort of some buyers coming back in the previous weeks. Then last week we've had a bullish close. The previous week though was looking like we were going to see a breakout and a move down to the next level, but we've just had a bullish inside candlestick form. So interestingly, I want to see how price reacts. Do we see a break of the high? That could obviously lead to some further upside, considering that we've had a very strong bearish trend develop. You know, a break to the upside could influence these sellers to get out of their position and potentially see price rally a little bit higher here. The market resistance at the moment is all the way back up at 1.1250. But obviously, if price holds around this level, breaches to the downside, price could come back towards that 1.0300. But with that euro strength coming in, it may see price start to push a little bit to the upside. Going on to New Zealand US dollar weekly chart then, we've actually broken down through a weekly range. Now, we do often see this. Price was trading within a range before. We had a breakout previously. Price then came back to the highs of the range. So it has happened in the past where we've had a break of a range. Price then comes back within and we move back to the other side. So we have to be cautious that that could happen again. A break back above the range here, above the 0.5875, I think would be the catalyst to seeing that happen. However, if we do see this New Zealand dollar weakness continue, that breach there could suggest that price may want to seek lower prices, perhaps into the support at 0.5775. Finally then, Euro Kiwi could be one to watch on the strength meter. Euro is getting stronger. Kiwi is a currency that continues to weaken. If we look at the weekly chart here, the market formed a very strong bullish candlestick. Looks like we're moving from the 1 spot 76 lows all the way up into the 1 spot 83.75 highs. So there could be some opportunities this week if price was to pull back. Now I have just marked a Fibonacci retracement tool into here. Not the huge fan of fibs, but you can see that around about the sort of 1 spot 8 level, you do have those fibs coming into contention around about that area. So we may see price start to pull back into that point before seeing a continuation. If not, price may just want to continue that bullish path up towards 1 spot 83.75. So that's what I'm going to leave you with this week. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one.